What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and Britney. Where do I begin when it comes to Britney Spears? Well, let me start by saying this. Covering this story now is so weird for me. It's so weird for me because when I started covering this story, things were totally different. And boy, oh boy, did things change fast. When I first started covering the Britney Spears story, no one was brave enough to call it out, to point out that something was wrong. In fact, I was getting attacked every day. People were trying to take my channel down. I was in a constant war with this group of people that we labeled as the Yas Queens. The Yas Queens were these Britney enablers who would Yas Queen anything she posted on Instagram. She could post a picture of her spreading her butthole wide open with a crazy caption beneath it. And these people would be like, "Yas Queen, so brave and stunning. Please, more pictures like this." And they would constantly enable and encourage this weird behavior from Britney, the spinning, the repetitive posts. They acted as if it was God's gift to man, as if it was the best thing they ever seen. And they would encourage it, and they loved it so much. And if you ever pointed out, hey, this is kind of odd, or is this normal for someone to be doing this? Is Britney okay? They would attack you. And I mean lash out at you. I had thousands of people reporting my channel simply because I was the one person that was willing to step up and be like, hey, there's something wrong with Britney Spears. Well, now things have changed completely. Now when I go in Britney Spears' comment section, I no longer see Yas Queens. I mean, they're still there, some of them, but they're almost hard to find. Now I see nothing but people acknowledging that something weird or wrong is going on here. And I gotta say, it gets on my nerves just a tad bit. Because 4 or 5 months ago, these same people were attacking me, acting as if I was the most horrible person on earth, making videos about me, posting things about me online, acting as if I was public enemy number one. I was just some guy here to body shame Britney and to tear her down, all because I thought it was weird that she was posting these human trafficking nudes on her Instagram all day, as well as all of these weird captions that would be all over the place. Well, now these same people who were attacking me are acting as if, what? We always knew something was wrong with Britney. We've been saying it since day one, and they're lying. And I hate to see it. Because now I see people pretending like they're uncovering something new. I see people pretending like they're calling something out that no one ever called out before, when in reality, I was calling this out for months, while these same people attacked me and acted as if I was doing something wrong by acknowledging the elephant in the room, that Britney was off of her rocker at least slightly. So now I'm sitting here watching these same people make videos and TikToks and come up with theories that we already came up with and went over 6 months ago. All of this stuff that people are pretending to uncover. Oh my God, something's wrong with Britney. Yeah, we told you this 6 months ago. Even longer than that. It's been a while that we were pointing this stuff out, and everyone acted like we were crazy for acknowledging that Britney was acting crazy. So it's weird because we have this new group of people who have finally opened their eyes to the reality of the situation. And what it is people are followers. So now there's enough people acknowledging that there's something wrong with Britney. So these people will follow that. But if there was enough people still Yas Queening Britney and acting like all of this was normal, they would follow up with that. But we're seeing this whole group of people who are now going through what we went through 6 months ago. They're going through the theories, they're coming up with all of this bogus stuff, and we've already been there and done that. So while they're finally acknowledging that something is wrong with Britney, we're in a whole different place. Like, we're already ahead of them. And I know this may sound bad, but the reality is a lot of us now, we're in this waiting period. We're just waiting for the announcement. What's the announcement, you ask? Well, a lot of us are basically just sitting around waiting for them to announce that Britney is dead. I know that sounds harsh, and to some people you may be taken aback by that piece of information, but the reality is a lot of us are just patiently waiting. We've called it out. We've tried to do what we could. And now we're just patiently waiting for that announcement. Because best believe, if this situation goes unchecked, that's where this is headed. You know, this mental health, allowing your mental health to go unchecked, allowing Britney to just spiral out of control, eventually she's probably going to take herself out the game, or someone else will do it for her. Look at what happened with Ellen DeGeneres's, what's his name, Twitch. He seemed like a perfectly happy dude. He seemed like a perfectly normal, happy dude that had it all together. No one was questioning his mental health. And look what happened with him. Now take Britney Spears, someone who is constantly complaining, attacking family members, crying, spinning in circles, doing God knows what. Do you really think that she's going to be here for much longer? And then on top of that, Hollywood's a crazy place, okay? And often, when you sign these big record deals and you're signed to one of these big record labels, when it becomes more profitable for you to be dead, let's just say accidents happen. Often we see it, an artist maybe falls off. And when it becomes more profitable for them to be dead, accidents all of a sudden happen. I'll just put it like that. And the whole Free Britney movement, I'm not so sure that it was even ever an organic movement to begin with. In fact, after looking into the situation for a while, part of me still believes that the Free Britney movement was really just started by Britney's camp to get more attention on Britney, to get more record sales, because Britney, and I know this may be hard for some of her super fans to understand, Britney was falling into a pit of irrelevance. Britney was no longer relevant in today's world. Yeah, her hardcore fans maybe follow up with her, but in the wider conversation, no one cared or talked about Britney Spears anymore until the Free Britney conservatorship came up. And now Britney Spears has become almost like a household name again. Not because of anything she's doing music-wise, but because of her batshit crazy antics on Instagram. So the Free Britney movement, I know there's a lot of people in the movement that thought they were doing good, and a lot of genuine people in the movement, but I still wonder, where did it really begin? Because I kind of feel like it was all a marketing ploy, because nothing's changed. Yeah, the father is supposedly out of the way, but everyone else is still there. Britney's still acting crazy. Britney's still in the same living room. She bought a new house, and the next thing you know, forget moving, we're going to throw Britney back in the same living room. What has really changed? I feel like it's a marketing ploy. And I know there are a lot of theories out there about Britney. Some people think it's a Britney clone. Some people think Britney has body doubles. Some people think that Britney isn't the one posting this stuff on Instagram. There's so many theories out there, and as crazy as those theories may sound to you, I would take a step back and realize, or think about what we're talking about here. Hollywood is a crazy place. Do not put anything past these people, okay? These theories that you may hear that sound crazy about Britney, I assure you, as crazy as those theories get, there's even crazier stuff happening in Hollywood than whatever theories these people are coming up with. Now, personally, I don't fault anyone for their theories. I understand why people have their theories. Personally, I don't think it's that deep. Personally, I think it's Britney Spears on her Instagram. I don't think it's a clone or a body double. I think it's Britney Spears on her Instagram, losing her mind slowly every single day. And listen, I looked into this situation for months. We dug into all type of stuff on this channel. This was not my first theory. When we went through everything, and my ultimate conclusion after spending way too much of my life worried about this nonsense, the ultimate conclusion that I came to was that Britney is losing her mind and she's the one on Instagram. And a lot of people love Britney so much. And they're a big fan of Britney. So any other explanation, they'll take that over Britney going crazy. It's like throwing noodles at a wall. Anything would stick to these people. You could tell them that Britney's really a midget from Mars and she had to go back to her home planet, and they would believe that before they believe that Britney is going crazy on Instagram, when in reality, I think that's what's happening here. It's the most logical explanation. So instead of going out of our way to find out, oh, this is going on, the easiest, most logical explanation is right in front of us. And it is that Britney is losing her mind every day on Instagram. Now, there's a lot of stuff that I want to cover, and of course, I'm not covering this story as closely as I was before, but Britney recently had a birthday. And on Britney's birthday, what did she do? She spread cake all over her face like a child. And I've been telling people for a while now that Britney is a child stuck in a woman's body. It's kind of like a Michael Jackson situation. Britney has these different personalities that she switches back and forth from, and one of them seems to be a child. But let's look at this post. 30 seconds to Mars. Yep, it's my B-day all week, and I know my Instagram has been down a few times, but honestly, I did the last 2 times myself. Oops, I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Damn, that stupid button. And Jolly Santa is on his way, y'all. My goal this year is to learn to be as comfortable with people as they are with me. I want to go to a wedding this year, grab the mic, sing a song or two, and fall down 8 times. It's my first year in 15 years being treated as an equal. And good God, I didn't know about this no rule thing. PSSSS, this video is so blurry, sorry. It's a little awkward or weird to watch. Duh, that's the whole point. Yes, Britney, everything you do is weird and awkward to watch. And no, that's not the point. This is you acting how you usually act, and to the outside world, it's really weird and crazy. And part of me believes that Britney loved all of this attention that she got from the Free Britney movement. Britney loved it. Britney loves attention. Make no mistake about it. She sits here and pretends, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want paparazzi to take pictures of me. I want my privacy, blah, 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 blah. And then she posts naked pictures on Instagram every single day. So all the privacy stuff that she comes up with, that's falsehoods. That's fake. Britney loves attention. And there's no denying that during the Free Britney movement, Britney got more attention than she has since she was 18, 19 years old, singing Oops, I Did It Again. Now that the Free Britney movement is over, supposedly, and she's supposedly free, I feel like Britney sometimes plays into the mystery. I feel like Britney knows that her fan base is worried about her. She knows they're concerned. And I feel like Britney sometimes purposely plays into that for attention. There's just little things, little subtle things that I pick up on that I notice that aren't genuine. It's like this is put here just to make people question things. For example, the other day, she posted like a short video of her and Sam in front of a Christmas tree. And for a split second, she rubs her belly like she's pregnant real quick. Why do you think she did that? She did that because she knows the Britney nuts on Instagram are going to go crazy with Britney's pregnant again, everyone. Britney's pregnant again. She's pregnant. Just like they did last time when she talked about the food baby I got coming. I got a baby coming. She was never pregnant then. She isn't pregnant now. She likes doing that stuff to play with you all for attention, in my opinion. But quite possibly the weirdest, craziest, and funniest thing going on right now with Britney, in my opinion, is this beef that she has with this Jack in the Box employee. Britney is beefing hard with a Jack in the Box employee. Why? Well, let's get to the bottom of it right now. Britney posted this the other day. I'm that meditation bitch now. My husband hates it. He thinks I've gone bonkers. Everyone thinks you've gone bonkers, Britney. So if your husband thinks you have gone bonkers, then that's him finally being honest with you. He's finally being honest with you about his feelings. My husband hates it. He thinks I've gone bonkers. My masseuse is always doing it, and he looks so peaceful. I'm like, wow, that looks interesting. Falling deep into yourself. I say all this because I try to make an effort to take care of myself. Normally, I forget to eat. I wait way too long, and I'm too sensitive. So if anything goes wrong at the house, it's like the world has ended. Pause. That right there is golden. That's Britney acknowledging how she is. If the slightest thing goes wrong at her house, she acts like the world has ended. And that's how Britney is. The reality is that this conservatorship, I don't agree with it. I don't like conservatorships. It wasn't as bad as you have been led to believe. A lot of it is over-exaggerated. By the time Britney puts out her book 16 years from now, you all will realize that. I've seen the complaints that Britney has about the conservatorship. I've followed this stories very, very closely. And like I said, I invested way too much of my time into this story for you all. Because this is not necessarily something that I would usually be interested in covering. But I've seen Britney's complaints about the conservatorship. They aren't these wild, crazy complaints about wild and crazy things. Her complaints are about her not looking thin enough in her photos. Her complaints are about her Pepsi ad and random things like that. Her complaints are about her not having a private limo outside of her private jet when she pulls up to the airport. So for all of you who are just, I feel so bad for Britney and her conservatorship, the reality is, a lot of you all would do anything to be in her position. Your life under Britney's conservatorship would be better than the life that you're living right now. I can guarantee you that. So, I don't agree with the conservatorship, but a lot of it was necessary because Britney never grasped the reality of how famous she was. So Britney, with her credit card and her wallet, would go by herself. I'm going to go to the mall and I'm going to buy something. I'm going to walk into this gas station and buy something. That became extremely dangerous for Britney. So when Britney complains about not controlling her debit card and stuff like that, every celebrity goes through the same thing. Do you think these other celebrities have their bank card and they're just walking into the store swiping their card? Do you think they're in control of their own finances and even know how much money they have? No. So Britney was no different. So a lot of Britney's complaints, you could boil it down to that's just how it is in Hollywood with any famous person. But let's go forward. So I got in my car yesterday and I cried. I cried so damn hard, but geez, my car is my spaceship. It's where I have my best interest, thoughts, creative urges, ideas. It's spiritual, totally spiritual. And we're all in this together on the road. So I don't feel alone unless those big 18-wheelers come by and hog the road and I want to shit on myself. But it's me time. My own inner thoughts. Well, I forgot to eat yesterday. I saw Jack in the Box. I've never ate there a day in my effing life, which is not true. I was like, holy ish. And when I saw that big sign of the pictures of the food, normally I hate looking at food, but it's timing. Holy hog heavens. I got a cookies and cream milkshake with a double cheeseburger. Well, I had been crying in the car, but nobody could tell, only me. My face still looked normal. I was fine. But then there was a big man at the effing window. He gave me pity. It's going to be okay. What the F did he just say? He doesn't know me. And I sure as hell didn't know his ass. So why did he say that? It's all going to be okay? I was offended. F you, stupid man at Jack in the Box. You don't know me. You're not my blood, so go F yourself. Now that took a wild turn, didn't it? It went from, oh, I'm this meditation lady now. I like to meditate. My car is a spaceship. I come up with such pure creative thoughts in my car. And then by the end of the post, it's, F you, you big jerk from Jack in the Box. You asked me if I was okay. I hate you. You're not my blood. Mental illness on display for over 40 million people to see. Now my question is this. For the people who still think that there's someone else posting this stuff on Instagram for Britney, do you really think that someone's sitting there coming up with these stories? Who in their right mind would come up with this story to cuss out this dude at Jack in the Box? That's Britney. Even if there was this deep, dark plan, who would have thought of this? This isn't something that someone sits down and is like, all right, I'm going to frame Britney for looking crazy. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make her cuss out the Jack in the Box employee. No, this is Britney. And the reality is, and it's something that I had to realize myself, and it was tough. Britney's not this sweet lady. Britney's not this sweet, innocent pop star that you knew from the 90s. Britney Spears is a mean, bitter bully who's dealing with mental health issues on top of all of that. Britney Spears gets on Instagram all the time. She body shames people. She calls Christina Aguilera and her backup dancers fat. She talks crap about Selena Gomez and then pretends like she doesn't know what's going on. She's constantly being ugly and mean and cold-hearted and just rude. All the time. This isn't something new. So the sweet, sweet little angel that you thought you were freeing from this conservatorship, really she's a mean 41-year-old woman who will lash out at anyone. And it's funny because you see how she got so offended and mad because some guy told her it's going to be okay? Now go back to Britney's wedding. Remember what Selena Gomez said to Britney? I can't remember the exact quote, but it was something that her mother had said as well, that I just want what's best for you, Britney. Britney gets really triggered by those type of statements. I want what's best for you. It's going to be okay. You're going to be all right. Britney gets triggered by those words because she's like, I don't want to diagnose her, but it's something that I've seen someone who's suffering from like schizophrenia kind of. Like, I don't want to diagnose her, but her mental health issues causes her to feel really paranoid and really weirded out when people say things like it's going to be okay. To the average person, you hear that and you see that and you're like, oh. The guy at the Jack in the Box was trying to be nice to Britney. He was just trying to be nice to her. But to Britney, she views it as like condescending. Like Britney views the world as if everyone's out to get her. So even though this dude's just being nice, like, hey, everything's going to be okay, he could probably tell that Britney had been crying in her car. And even if Britney wasn't crying in her car, it looks like she's always crying with that ugly ass smeared mascara look that she constantly has. Like, I would not be surprised if Britney has on the same mascara that she had on when she got freed from her conservatorship. This mascara has probably been on her face for like 8 months straight. I would not be surprised at all. So she's constantly looking like she just got picked up off the side of the road. Britney constantly looks like she's going through something. That's just her look. And her Yes Queen fans encourage it, but it looks bad on her. That whole smeared freaking eyeshadow look. Ugh. But this is the type of person Britney is. This queen, this pure-hearted person. In reality, she's a mean, bitter person that treats people really bad. But, of course, that was not enough for Britney. Britney has formulated this feud in her mind. Britney has formulated this beef with this guy for no reason. So like in Britney's mind now, this Jack in the Box employee, this random guy, he is like public enemy number one. Let me take you to one of Britney's now deleted posts. I have a beautiful gift for you all. Yes, that's it. Traveling and seeing the world in exotic places is definitely a way to find peace in your mental health in all ways. Your mind, body, and spirit. Unfortunately, I have a home in Los Angeles, but I have never felt accepted by my family. I genuinely and honestly will never be the same there, and I have come to terms with that. Just like the man at Jack in the Box who speaks even when he's not spoken to. It's going to be okay. And since I am traveling again and remembering what it used to be like, feeling accepted by my family, it's been a root in my healing. The family values and caring for another person and making them matter. I am so blessed. And at the turn of a table, anything can happen when you feel accepted. The secret upper world thing makes you feel crazy, y'all. Let's party. And as more sarcastically, call out fun. I plan on watching the movie Bridget Jones' Diary and stare at the effing ocean and have a serious conversation for 3 hours. And Jamie Lynn, you need to feel self-worth being my sister. Just look up, sweetheart. Remember, it's not what you see, it's what's in your hands. As we all look down on our high-tech phones today to find purpose and connect with this thing called Earth. Never forget where you came from, and know shitting in a field with Mother Nature is actually one of the best connections there is, because you finally expose your ass to the world. Have the birds heard? Hopefully they can get kind messages today. I'm going to move to Mars. Don't underestimate the power of the red effing ball. Oh, man. Listen. I am in a better place every single day when I do not have to read one of Britney Spears' weird captions. There is no making sense of what the hell she just said in this caption. She's talking about shitting in fields. She's talking about moving to Mars for like the 3rd time this week. She keeps talking about Mars. That's one of her new interests. But she also took the time out to lash out at the Jack in the Box employee again, just in case it wasn't bad enough the first time. Let me reiterate that. So she feels really strongly about this Jack in the Box employee for some reason. All because he said, hey, it's going to be okay, ma'am. Because she was crying in her car eating a freaking cheeseburger. But of course, the main thing people are going to take away from this post is what she said to Jamie Lynn. There seems to be something weird going on here. And me, even after looking into the situation for months and coming to the conclusion that this is Britney, when I see these weird posts about Jamie Lynn, it makes me question things. Because Britney has been attacking Jamie Lynn relentlessly for a long time now. And now over the past week, it seems as if she's forgiven Jamie Lynn. And listen, hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully Britney forgave her little sister. Hopefully they could find some type of common ground and settle some of their differences so they can be a family. And I know a lot of people hearing this are like, no, Jamie Lynn did this, Jamie Lynn did that. Family is family. Family does messed up things sometimes, and I can't be here to judge it. Personally, I don't like a lot of what Britney's family has done to her, but I think it would be better for Britney's mental health for her to at least have some type of relationship with someone in her family. And if you can't forgive your father, I understand that. And if you can't forgive your mother, okay. But your little sister, someone who I doubt really understood the situation for most of her life. And by the time she was an adult, the situation was already there and it had been normalized. So I think Britney could gain greatly from talking to her sister. For one, her sister doesn't seem to be going through mental health issues. So maybe she could help Britney out a little bit. I don't know. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. But I do question it. And honestly, I don't know Britney personally, but knowing how Britney is, I believe we're going to see this. We're going to see her talking good about Jamie Lynn. And 2 weeks from now, she'll be trashing her again when she has another one of her episodes. These mental health issues, you go through these highs and lows emotionally. And you're sometimes all over the place. So sometimes you could wake up and have this overwhelming sense of love for someone. Like maybe she woke up and had this overwhelming sense of love for her little sister. And then a week from now, she could wake up and have this overwhelming sense of hate. Because that's the type of person Britney is. So I wouldn't put too much stock behind this whole Britney and Jamie Lynn, I don't even know what to call it. The end to their feud, I don't know. Because I don't think it's necessarily over. But I do find it interesting. But other than that, we're at basically the same place with Britney as we were last time I talked about her. And after all of this weird behavior and all of these weird posts attacking people, Britney Spears went right back to doing what she does best, posting these weird, crazy, naked photos. And listen, I'm not trying to speculate too much here, but look at Britney's eyes in these photos. Britney is high as shit, okay? Britney looks high as shit in these photos, okay? I think I know a thing or two about how people's eyes look when they're roasted. And she's either been drinking, smoking, or something. She looks like she just got done smoking a fat blunt. Like she just got done Cheech and Chonging it. Okay, that's what Britney looks like in these photos. And if that's not the case, then maybe she was crying. I don't know. But her eyes are like bloodshot red. Of course, the mascara is all over the place. Of course, the pictures look weird. There's a big pimple in the middle of her chest that I can't stop looking at. And I just wish that someone would stop her from doing this. But this is what she does. She posts all this crazy stuff, and when that doesn't get enough interaction and attention, the nudes are coming. The nudes are nothing more than a desperate cry for attention because Britney wants to be as relevant as she used to be back in the day without having to do any of the work. I don't think that we're going to see Britney ever return to the Britney that y'all knew and loved. I don't think Britney's going to get better anytime soon. I do think that there are steps that Britney could take towards getting better. For one, yeah. Going out of town and leaving your house in LA, yeah. Not being in that living room swaying side to side, that is definitely a good move. Maybe talking to your sister, even if y'all don't settle y'all's differences, hashing it out instead of going on Instagram and talking crap about her all the time, that's a good move. So it doesn't seem like we've gotten far with Britney. She seems to still be spiraling out of control. But there are a couple of things here that I could positively take away from this and hope that we are inching forward into the right direction. But I'm not confident that we are. But I do want to say one more thing before I end this video. I can see the writing on the wall. I know where this is going. Enough people are paying attention to this now. Enough people are calling this out now that a lot of these Free Britney people who were there the whole time during the Free Britney movement because it was popular and a lot of people were clicking on the videos and paying attention to it, those same people totally disappeared after Britney was free. So they were there when the story was popular. When everyone wants to free Britney, everyone's clicking on the Free Britney videos. Britney gets freed. She starts getting butt naked on Instagram, doing a lot of crazy stuff. And these people have totally ignored it for months. And in fact, not only have they ignored it, they've pretended like this is okay and this is normal. What you're going to start seeing now in the next coming weeks, months, who knows how long it will be, these Free Britney channels who now cover other stuff, they're going to rise out of the ashes and pretend to care about Britney again. It's coming because the story is gaining traction. People are all acknowledging that something is wrong here. Now they're talking about a Free Britney movement 2.0. This story is going to get more popular within the next coming weeks or months, especially if Britney keeps doing crazy stuff. And I fully suspect that a lot of these accounts who were Free Britney this, Free Britney that, oh, Free Britney, the ones that ignored her while she was going through her mental health issues, they're going to come out of the woodworks and pretend to care again for clicks and views. I'm telling you all right now, watch out for it. And remember what I said in this video. It is coming. This story is going to get big again. And once this story gets big again, these same people are going to pretend like, oh God, yeah, now I know something's wrong with Britney. Because when you look and when you peel back the layers and look at what's really going on behind the scenes, not much has changed. Britney's team is still the same. So these people, they're going to come out and try to act like they care about Britney once again. But just remember that for months on end, they sat by and watched her go crazy on Instagram. They encouraged it. And they even called out and attacked the people who actually cared and actually pointed out that something was wrong. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I will talk to you all in the next video.